Hey everybody, I'm John. This is my 2014 Jeep Wrangler. Badass ride. Love it. The only thing about my Jeep that I wasn't really digging was the top. I couldn't really find any videos that I liked that showed you how to take it off and put it back on correctly. So I'm making one. Taking the top off is fairly simple, and I'll explain that first. It's putting the top back on that's a little bit extra work. It can be done with just one person, and I'm going to show you. First step is the side windows. Fairly simple. Open up the door, undo your Velcro, and zip it out. I always store mine with the outside going towards the ground. This has already been exposed, that way it doesn't mess up the inside plastic. Same thing on this side. The rear window is a little bit trickier. You have to be careful. My first time doing it, it led to a trip to the dealership on a Saturday because I'd messed up the zipper. Open up your tailgate. You'll start from the passenger side, zipping it out. Here's the tricky part. Once the zipper makes all the way over to the passenger side, the zipper assembly will come off with the window. Gently give it a gentle tug, and it just pops out of place, and all this comes off with the window. Once the zipper is out, pull out these tabs, rotate it, and the rear window's out. Now go ahead and unlatch these side pillars. Gentle tug, pull right out, flip them up. Same thing on this side. Now ready to undo the latches in the front. Removing the visor, pull it down until it clears and lock it back in. Same thing on the other side. Next step, and the final step really, is the side latches. Just inside the top here is a latch. You'll hear it flip click. Same thing on this side. Now, nothing is really holding the top in place. With a gentle push, you're just going to walk the top down. The final thing you want to do, side rods, push those down and slide this down. Same thing on this side. Those are locked in place, keeps this from flapping up. Now you're ready for some fun in the sun. After a day-long fun, tomfoolery, and all that good stuff, you're ready to put the top back up. A little bit harder, but like I said, one person can do it. I figured it out, I can do it, and I'm not that big of a guy, so it's doable. Reverse the steps. First thing, slide these rods back up on both sides. Here's where it gets tricky. Open up your tailgate. You want to stand up in the Jeep, and you cannot walk this back up slowly. It will not happen. It's too heavy and it's too awkward. It's one quick shove. Watch. Once the top's back up, the main thing you want to do is you want to lock in the tabs. The first thing you want to do is you want to lock these back into these side latches. You'll hear it click. Now this top's not going anywhere. Same thing on the other side. The circle, you hear it click. Now it's completely locked in place. Next step are the side pillars. Pull them back down. There's a trick to this. Don't lock in the driver's side pillar, but go ahead and lock in the passenger side. I'll show you why in a second. Next thing is putting back in the rear window. This a little bit tricky as well. The secret to this is that you need this loose because you've got to make this connection back with the zipper tab. And once you get that in there, go ahead and start the zip. The trick there is to make sure that the tabs are all the way down. Otherwise, the zipper is out of sync, and it's a trip to the dealership because you can't fix it. Go ahead and zip it in. Next step, you're ready to go ahead and lock in this side pillar. Rotate this in, lock it. Secure your tabs. Rear window's back in place. Now we're ready to put back in the side windows. Fairly easy. I start the zippers to hold it in place. One thing I will say about the side windows you want to make sure of, this assembly is like an L shape. It has to go all the way in and flip around. Just like that. And it'll find its own groove. If you don't do that, the door won't shut properly. Go ahead and lock in the bottom tabs. Zip it on down. Put the Velcro back in place. You're good to go. Same thing on the passenger side. Go ahead and lock it in. Same thing on this side. Make sure that you're putting this all the way in. Go ahead and lock in the bottom tab. Zip it on down. Windows are back in. This is your final step. Before I do that, I wanted to show you something else. You probably already know this, but another cool feature is like the sunroof option for your Jeep. Don't unlatch these side things. This is what holds the top in place. Just the front latches. And you can actually just fold this back with the top in a W shape. Same thing on this side. Now you can enjoy a little sunroof action without the whole top being down. And as long as you're just riding around town, no need to remove any of the windows. They say at speeds over 55, you should remove the back window. I just roll mine up. When you're ready to close it up completely, really simple. Reach in, grab it, flip it over. You're going to lock in each latch. Visor's back in place. You're good to go.